Hello everyone, it's Events Body again with finally another video, and now what I would like to do is discuss your intermediate cycle. So let's say you've listened to me in one of my first videos talking about the best beginner cycle, which was just using one compound for your cycle, one compound per cycle, and now you are probably on your second or third cycle and you wanted to do different things, experiment with other things. Okay, so this video may be for you. Now, as I said before, if you're natural, stay natural. Testosterone or any other anabolic steroid can be very addictive because you kind of you develop dependency on it. You feel so good, you feel like you're gaining everything, your gains are great, you're increasing your muscle size. Coming off, losing everything will be the hardest thing mentally. Okay, so if you can handle that and let it go, that's fine. But a lot of guys I know, they come on and off, every 3 months, 4 months, or sometimes they just don't come off at all. Okay, so make sure you understand that it can be addictive. Make sure you understand the effects of it before you jump back on it. Okay, or jump in it. Okay, so make sure you are doing your research, guys. And like I said, natural athletes I respect and everything else, but you will never be as good as yourself naturally as you would be on anabolic steroids. So you have to understand that can be very addictive. Anyway, let's cut the crap and let's talk about your intermediate cycle. So normally, in another video also I've talked about the use of nandrolone, decadrabalin, okay, and why do people use it with a combination of testosterone. That would be definitely one of my compounds that I would combine in my intermediate cycle. So testosterone, a long-acting testosterone such as cypionate, enanthate, or succinol 250 with decadrabalin would be one of my preferred intermediate cycles. Okay, now in saying that, how many milligrams would I take? Well, normally I would do 500 milligrams per week of test and about 400 milligrams of deca, or about the same, somewhere there. Okay, because usually what happens is 1 mil of test will give you about 200 to 250 megs of testosterone, and 1 mil of deca would give you roughly around 200 milligrams. It depends on who makes and everything else, but those are the usual numbers. So you're looking at about 2 mils a week of test, 2 mils a week of deca. You can combine them together. So let's say you take 1 mil of deca, 1 mil of test on one day. 1 mil of test and 1 mil of deca on one day, and 1 mil of test and 1 mil of deca on another day. Okay, so just 2 injections twice a week. That's it. I mean, one injection twice a week. That's it. Okay, you won't need to do anything more than that. Now, how long would you take it for? Normally, you would take it for about 10 to 12 weeks. That's your normal running cycle, and then what you would do is you would cut out the deca and you would stay on testosterone for about another 1 week or 2. Okay, and the reason why you would do that is because deca stays in your system longer than your test usually, so you don't want to be left without testosterone while deca is still in your system. Okay, so you want to make sure your testosterone is still running a little bit more than after you finish your deca. And also it will help you time your PCT a lot better, post-cycle therapy. Okay, in saying that, okay, your PCT, your post-cycle therapy after your last injection of your testosterone would occur about 10 days to about 14 days after your last injection. So your PCT would be Novadex, for example, 40 milligrams of Novadex for the first 5 days, and then 20 milligrams of Novadex for about 3 weeks. Okay, that's pretty much what you would do for your PCT. And all the PCTs, as I've said before, is basically just trying to run as normal as possible until your hormones start coming back and your testosterone starts coming back. Okay, Now, if you are prone to any other side effects during your cycle, like gynecomastia, which is the growth of breast, you would then take Novadex during your cycle. Okay, so you would probably take about 20 milligrams during your cycle, and that will actually minimize the effects of gynecomastia. Now, a lot of you will ask, well, what about nandrolone? What about DECA side effects? DECA-DIC and all that, erectile dysfunction and everything else. We are not still clear of why is it so suppressive in terms of the libido, in terms of erectile dysfunction, even when you actually inject testosterone with it. Okay, some people experience, and some advanced users have said that they prolactin increase. Okay, there was a talk about prolactin increase, and every time your prolactin increases, erections will be very hard to achieve. For example, every time you ejaculate, it's impossible to achieve erection straight away unless you're on some sort of drugs. Okay, so that's because of the prolactin increase. Without the prolactin, you would be able to achieve those erections a lot more. So this is why they concluded that there may be some increase in prolactin. However, there was a study done that showed prolactin increase even in testosterone. Okay, so we can't really say if it is prolactin or not. Okay, most likely the effects of DECA is because of the highly suppressive nature of DECA, and it's highly suppressive of testosterone and everything else. It may have kind of like an effect on that, and may have an effect on the erectile dysfunction as well. We don't know that. Okay, but if you want to make sure that there is no such thing possible as prolactin increase, then you can take a drug called cabergoline or Caba. You can take that 1 milligram maybe every 3 to 4 days, or 2 milligrams every 5 days. It's up to you. Half-life is about 36 hours, so you don't have to take it every day. Okay, for peace of mind, but you don't need it. Okay, usually what you will need is just the anabolic substances. Usually you'll just need testosterone, and you'll need your decadrenaline, and you can run that. Okay, now for those of you who are users who are constantly on and off, I definitely suggest also running your HCG with it. Okay, HCG running during your cycle, 250 IUs twice a week. If you're not a regular user, if this is just your second cycle and you've had some time off, okay, you won't really need the HCG. You will save some money with that. But if you feel like you want to cover all the bases, you can take your HCG after your cycle. So immediately after your last week of testosterone, you can jump on HCG and probably take about 1,000 IUs for the first week and 1,000 IUs for the second week. And all you do is just split it, 500 IUs one day and 500 IUs on another day. Okay, split them up. Okay, for 2 weeks. And then you start your PCT. So after your HCG, you start your PCT about 10 weeks after your last injection, as I said before. Okay, so your PCT would be Novadex or Clomid, whatever you're taking for your PCT. That's pretty much it. Okay, now a lot of people go, what about the liver and kidneys? Normally, liver guard and all that does not work. Okay, they do not work. Those supplements don't work. What works is high amount of water intake, so drink plenty of water, take your antioxidants, and minimize your alcohol, guys. Alcohol would be the one that damages your liver more than your anabolic steroids, especially injectable ones. Okay, alcohol will destroy your liver more than injectable steroids. Okay, oral steroids, on the other hand, will be very harsh on your liver and kidneys. So definitely this is why I'm telling you now, for your intermediate cycle, stick to injectables. So nandrolone and testosterone will be the option for me, pretty much. Okay, now to recap: 2 mils of test, 2 mils of DECA for 12 weeks. Cut the DECA out, 12 weeks out. Keep your test for another week or two, and then you start, your HCG for a couple of weeks, and after that you take your PCT. That's pretty much it. If you have your side effects, gyno side effects, painful nipples, tender, you take your Novadex during your cycle. Simple as that. For those of you who've been long-term users of anabolic steroids, or you know, have been coming on and off in a very short time, didn't really allow your body to recover quick, take your HCG during your cycle, 250 IUs twice a week. Drink plenty of water, rest, minimize your alcohol, and you will be fine. But you will be addicted to your gains. Anyway, that's about it, guys. If I've missed something, please write down below. Ask me any questions if you want to ask. I will try to answer as much as possible. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, and I will see you guys later.